You know what woke means? It means you're a loser. Everything woke. Everything woke.
With the military, we're ending woke immediately. You know, I ended woke. Totally.
The tide has turned, and the fight against woke culture just hit a turning point. Donald Trump, fresh from a victorious election, wasted no time in taking decisive action. With one bold stroke, he targeted policies that, for years, have been reshaping America's institutions, from classrooms to military bases. In a move that's already sparking massive debates nationwide, Trump is dismantling what he calls woke agendas that have taken precedence over tradition, values, and performance. This isn't just talk, this is real, and the changes are happening fast.
Let me ask you, do you think that General Patton was woke? I don't think so. What do you think, Mike? Mike, was he woke? I don't think so. I don't think he was too woke. He was the exact opposite.
You've probably heard the word woke thrown around a lot lately, but what does it really mean, and why are so many people talking about it like it's a bad thing? Well, according to the Donald Trump, woke has become shorthand for failure, an idea that's more about looking good than doing good. And honestly, when you think about it, there might be some truth to that. Trump paints a clear picture. Being woke means prioritizing things that sound nice in theory but don't really work in practice. It's about focusing on appearances, slogans, and virtue signaling rather than making decisions that actually improve lives or solve real problems. He even jokes, everything woke turns to, and you know what he's about to say. It's not good. The audience laughs and cheers because deep down they've seen examples of this play out in their daily lives.
You know what woke means? It means you're a loser. Everything woke. Everything woke.
Take a look around. Think about businesses or institutions that lean too heavily into wokeness. Donald Trump argues that it's like a losing formula, whether it's marketing campaigns that alienate their core audience, schools focusing more on ideology than education, or even the military putting politics before strength and readiness. One of the most striking examples he brings up is the military. He asks a rhetorical question that hits home for many. Do you think General Patton was woke? The audience laughs because the answer is obvious. Of course not. Patton, a symbol of strength, strategy, and leadership, wouldn't have wasted time with things that didn't help win battles.
It's true. Everything woke turns to shit, okay? It's true. It's true. Look at what's happening.
Trump uses this as a comparison to what he sees today, a military distracted by social experiments instead of focusing on being the best in the world. It's a provocative point, and it resonates with a crowd that values strength and results over symbolism. And let's not forget the broader cultural shift he's tapping into. The idea that woke is everywhere, and that it's hurting us, isn't just about politics. It's about feeling like common sense is being replaced with nonsense. Everything woke turns to, well, you know how it goes. That phrase sticks with people because it's simple, direct, and feels relatable. It's like saying, we've all been there. We've all seen decisions that make no sense, policies that backfire, or businesses that forget who they're supposed to serve.
With the military, we're ending woke immediately. You know, I ended woke. Totally. And then they, in their first week, they reestablished it. It's crazy. They pay instructors hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
Trump wastes no time in addressing what he sees as a fundamental issue plaguing the military today, the infiltration of woke policies. He firmly asserts that these policies have no place in an institution meant to defend the nation. The military, he explains, has been bogged down by ideological agendas that detract from its core mission, protecting the American people. For a country with such a strong history of military excellence, this shift is seen as both unnecessary and harmful.
It literally, literally they want our military to be woke. And it's just not going to happen.
Instead of prioritizing combat readiness and mission-critical training, there's a growing focus on teaching controversial ideologies that, according to Trump, serve no purpose in the military's day-to-day operations. Training sessions are reportedly being consumed by topics that some critics argue have little to do with defense and strategy. This shift, he points out, not only wastes time, but also undermines morale and focus within the ranks. Donald Trump believes that this distraction compromises the very integrity of the armed forces, which should be laser focused on readiness and effectiveness. A striking anecdote from the recent wildfires in Hawaii highlights Trump's concerns. In one of the most devastating disasters in US history, communities were left scrambling to find their loved ones and rebuild their lives. Yet, even during this crisis, workers brought in to help were reportedly required to complete mandatory training sessions centered on woke ideology before they could begin their jobs.
You read in Hawaii where they had the horrible fire where they have people going there, and before they bring them on board, they have to study woke for a week. Can you believe this? In other words, everyone's wanting to get back to their home, finding the bodies. It was such a tragedy.
Imagine the outrage and frustration of those desperately waiting for assistance, only to learn that bureaucratic red tape and irrelevant training sessions were delaying help. People were grieving, homes were reduced to ashes, and time was of the essence. But the process was slowed by what Trump describes as misplaced priorities. These sessions, he argues, serve as a stark example of how this ideological agenda has spread beyond the military and into other critical areas of governance and disaster response.
You don't read about it too much anymore, but hell is going on over there. And they want to give them classes in essentially wokeness. Can you believe? So, you've seen it. Well, we'll end that very quickly.
Trump passionately argues that this misplaced focus doesn't just waste time and resources, it risks lives. The military's purpose is clear: to protect and defend the nation. For this, every soldier, sailor, airman, and Marine needs to be equipped with the best possible training, tools, and leadership. When the focus shifts to secondary agendas, the entire system suffers. Donald Trump is adamant that this issue will be addressed immediately and comprehensively. Ending woke policies, he suggests, will not only streamline the military's training programs, but also send a clear message that operational readiness is the top priority. Soldiers must be prepared for the challenges they'll face in real-world combat scenarios, not distracted by politically charged topics that have no bearing on their duties. The goal is simple: a military that is lean, effective, and mission-ready. Donald Trump believes that the time has come to restore focus and eliminate unnecessary distractions. He reminds the audience that America's armed forces have historically been a model of strength and efficiency, and there's no reason they can't return to that standard by refocusing on what truly matters: training, readiness, and defense. The military can once again become the pride of the nation and a force to be reckoned with globally. This clear and urgent call for reform resonates with those who value the safety and security of the nation. It's not about partisanship or ideology, Trump argues. It's about ensuring that America's military remains the best in the world. With Trump at the helm, these changes could reshape the future of America in ways we've never seen before. But the question remains: will this be the game changer the country needs, or will it face intense pushback? Only time will tell. What do you think? Will these actions make a real difference? Or is it just another chapter in the ongoing culture war? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like button if you think this is the right move. Stay tuned for more updates, and make sure to subscribe for all the latest news on this unfolding story.